Every once in a while, within the collective sentiment of the human psyche, there comes a point when certain cultural memes, if you will, run their course and become overused to such an extent that they become obsolete or just die altogether. This is what is known as the dead metaphor. George Orwell used to dismiss certain phrases as a dying metaphor, and said of the subject in his essay, Politics in the English Language, 1946, quote, "Dying metaphors, a huge dump of worn-out metaphors which have lost all evocative power and are merely used because they save people the trouble of inventing phrases for themselves." Unquote. Sound familiar? Yes. And so I am here to tell you today that the whole red pill, blue pill analogy, the tired, weather-beaten metaphor that everyone likes so much and uses ad nauseum, has become just that. Played out. Oh no! Oh yes. I know this will come as a jolt to many of you, as so many of you like this meme, and so often use it as a favorite metaphor for a plethora of different beliefs and causes. But that's exactly why it has become so spent and defunct. Many of you might not be aware of this, but you can only wipe so much of your ass on a piece of toilet paper before it becomes completely saturated with fecal matter, and you are forced to flush it. Otherwise, you will be just smearing a glob of shitlogged toilet paper up and down the crack of your ass. This is when it becomes safe to say that the toilet paper has outlived its usefulness. It's time to flush the motherfucker. Now isn't that something? I bet you never suspected that the metasage not only spouts potent extracts of the truth into neatly condensed nuggets of highly condensed wisdom, but also potty trains. That's right, baby. I'm sorry to tell you this. Red pill, blue pill is ready for the sewer tank. But why? Why, Sage? I love the blue pill, red pill analogy. Why, Sage? Why? I'll tell you why, but first a real quick recap. For those of you who have been living under a rock for the past 18 years, the blue pill, red pill analogy is a reference to the scene in the famous film The Matrix, where a mysterious character named Morpheus offers protagonist Neo a choice between two pills, red and blue. One, the red pill, will allow Neo to learn the truth about the Matrix, and the other, the blue pill, will return Neo to the delusion of his former life. It was a great scene. And for a few years, no one really used the term as an analogy. Until recent times, where now it has become so disgustingly popular a meme that now anybody with any real credibility wouldn't dare to use it. This is where we stand today. The meme has become exhaustively co-opted by an unsavory gang of boring characters who apply it to everything from soup to nuts. It can now be used for almost anything. Identity politics, conspiracy theory, gender issues, racism, gun control, abortion, immigration, entertainment, and the list goes on seemingly forever. I mean, you can literally use it now to assert any insipid opinion about any inconsequential crap. Dude, did you try the triple double cheese yet? It's the shit. Nah, man, I'm just sticking with the Beefinator Deluxe. Oh man, you need to take the red pill, dude. The triple double cheese is the bomb diggity. Ah, yes. That moment when you realize that a previously solid cultural reference has now become stampeded and overrun under the galloping hooves of mediocrity. You can only smile, wave goodbye, and wish it the best. Bye-bye, red pill, blue pill. It was nice knowing you. Sorry you became grist in the mill. And this always happens whenever the stampeding pack of vacuums get a hold of anything. Or when one of their media defecation machines starts pumping it out on the production line. It's what they do. They take something significant, turn it into shit, feed that shit through the mainstream dumb-down machine, which thereby squeezes out palatable units from a shit pump that produces chunks of shit molded neatly into the pleasing perfect shape of a Hershey's Kiss for your consumption delight. Wasn't that nice of them? And most of you are right there in line, waiting to lap it up, and then grace us with your expert dorky opinion. Ugh. I hate it whenever Hollywood or whatever giant corporate studio get their greasy fingers all over an obscure cultural artifact and then proceed to sanitize it, dumb it down, and then candy coat it to make it more easily digestible for the masses as the latest rated E Lifetime movie of the week. They completely tarnish the value of something obscure by subjecting it to the jaws of mainstream mediocrity. I remember when I was a teen and then subsequently a young man in my 20s, I listened to The Doors. It was 1988, 89, 90. No one was really listening to The Doors. It was relatively obscure. It wasn't really on anyone's radar. That was great. And then Oliver Stone released that commercial movie in 1991. I stopped listening to The Doors. You gotta make room for the stampeding vacuums. Only now, 25 years plus later, have I returned to The Doors to listen once again. Is it safe? Or does this mean that there's going to be another unnecessary celebratory pop culture resurgence whereby I'll have to shelf it again for another 25 years? It's also equally detestable when this happens with an internet meme. When an obscure cultural reference gains widespread online usage by a slew of mediocre dregs who want to employ it as a bastion for their radical paranoid ideologies, and, of course, use it as a tool to recruit others to the cause. This is exactly what has happened to Red Pill, Blue Pill. And what makes it doubly nauseating is that it's not even used properly, straying miles and miles away from the spirit of the idea meant in the original context. The Matrix is a good movie and uses a lot of spiritual references. But it's still a science fiction movie, after all. Hence, not really that great of a teaching aid when considered for use as an illustrative tool in spiritual instruction. In reality, to awaken is to become liberated from the attachments to identifications with the world and the persona. In The Matrix, Neo's awakening is more literal and contextual. It doesn't involve liberation from illusion, but waking up in another illusion of egoic identity, where he is still a physical persona from a world, albeit sedated in a float tank in a dismal dystopian future. And maybe this is why the meme has become misapplied. But nonetheless, even when considered only in the context of the movie, Neo's awakening was definitely world-shattering. Waking up in that float tank, his entire reality was turned on its head. There's nothing world-shattering, however, about any of the so-called harsh truths that the majority of these red pill meme-using advocates are heralding. My world is supposed to be shattered because feminism is evil. My world is supposed to be turned upside down because it turns out that racism is actually a good thing to be embraced. The fabric of reality itself has become split because I intellectually accept the belief that the Illuminati run the world. Oh man, I am enlightened now, right? No. Your so-called harsh truth is still part of the fabricated reality. It's not deep, it's not earth-shattering, it's not cool. And that's another thing people need to understand. Whenever something cool begins to get used by stuffy, uptight squares with hang-ups, it's no longer cool. This shouldn't be that hard to understand. And this is the main reason why the red pill is in the shit tank. Too much use by anal retentives. So much so that now the red pill, blue pill really should be the official banner of the attachment whore or the value junkie. No, that isn't the truth. Take the red pill, and then you will see how my opinion is not just an opinion, but actually a harsh truth. Instead of a reflection of the real harsh truth, my own insecurity. Yeah, thanks, but no sale. So from now on, whenever someone tries to tantalize you with the whole red pill metaphor, I have a good response that might come in handy. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Please just shut the fuck up. Please. No. Shut up, man. No, I don't want... Yep. No. No, not black pill either. Shut the fuck up. Please. Really. Stop embarrassing yourself and everybody else with your pathetic attempt to pose as someone with wisdom, when all you are peddling is more delusion. Yeah, Charlie.